Hi everyone, this is Lana. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes, and especially for all your comments. I really love to hear about you and to know your stories and to help and assist in every way I can. So very thankful to you. I wanted to start this channeling with a reference from another movie I just saw. And it's called Only Lovers Left Alive, and it's by Jim Jarmusch. Jim Jarmusch is one of my favorite filmmakers. This particular film is not one of my favorites, but I really enjoyed to watch it with my Akashic Records open, and I got some pretty interesting messages about the twin flame journey and especially the separation process coming into union. So the first thing that I was shown was the parallelism between both twins. So even when you are in the stage of separation, there is a lot going on that is constantly bringing your energy back and forth to each other, and there is this energetic bond that is always active. So you're constantly receiving information from them, and you are also sending information to them. And not only information, but you are sending your vibration. So if they are sensitive souls, they are in tune with or they're empaths and they're in tune with this ability in themselves, they will easily recognize when your energy is low or when your energy is high, and they will feel the difference in your energetic field. And what this translates to is, of course, you can do the same. But what this translates to is that they will know when you are angry, they will know when you're upset, they will know when you're going through difficulty, they will know how you are feeling about them. So they will know if you're angry at them, if you're resentful, if you are not forgiving them, and vice versa. So this is something that when you are in the twin flame journey, it's something that's really, really crucial to master. Why? Because if you're not paying attention to your own energy, your twin may pick up on that energy, and especially in the separation phase, instead of feeling the pull, the magnetic pull, they will feel repulsion. They will be repelled by your energy. So if you're a divine masculine watching this, your energy should always be providing security. It should be firm. And if you're a divine feminine watching this, our energies fluctuate always, but the best thing would be to work on really forgiving any hurt, any pain, any grudges, anything that you may hold against your twin. Because it's not only for you, because it's a good exercise to do for yourself to work on forgiveness, but it's also so that you hold the door open. So if your twin wants to come in, if he's feeling the pull, that you're pulling him in and not repelling him. Okay, so it's really important to work on that part of the energies. And I was shown this in the movie in different scenes where the twins, or the couple here, they are two vampires actually, but they are in opposite sides of the world, and they are living very similar experiences, and they are like put in situations where they are acting very similar and engaging to the world in similar ways. So of course they are they represent the polarities, the female and the male polarity. And also in the movie, the male polarity is shown as this vampire who has kind of a little bit of like suicidal tendencies. And for me, this was really it was clear to see that even in this relationship where they're both like magical beings, or they have like super abilities because they're vampires and they're immortal and whatever, you know, the whole thing, the male twin is wanting to end his life, or to end his superpowers, to end his immortality. And the female counterpart has to go and fly to her beloved to find out what he's doing and then support him. So in that way, I was also shown that somehow the divine feminine energy is always supporting a little bit more. And this is also because we have this 16 times more capacity because of the way we are built. So this is something that you can use to your advantage, and that I would highly recommend that you use to your advantage, because it can also turn against us, sadly. We can be 16 times more powerful in some things, but we can also be 16 times more detrimental to ourselves if we are not in a balanced place. So balance for the divine feminine is key. And for the divine masculine, I think it's key now at this time to really be in touch with their emotions, and to let all the darkest, deepest emotions, it's like they're going through this dark night of the soul, and many things are shifting. They're being shown the light, but in that process, it's always darkest before dawn, right? So in that process, the divine masculine is dealing with a lot of really deep wounding and really deep issues. So if you're a divine masculine watching this, I would suggest one of the healings that you can do at this time is to write out all your experiences, negative experiences with your mother, because the mother figure is coming very strongly, and we're healing a lot of karmic patterns and ancestral patterns and ancestral lineage and bloodline through the mother template. So really updating through your masculine template is really important, to let go of all old male templating. I was shown this as well. And if you can, write out all negative experiences that you had since childhood with your mother, and try to be conscious of this, and then let it go, and see where in your life you are mimicking those situations with your partners, with your divine feminines, with your divine counterparts. Okay, and if you're a divine feminine listening to this, you can assist your divine masculine in this process by telling him to do this, to write this out, or just by, you know, being a shoulder for him to trust, to be there, to trust you, to open up to you, and to hold him while he's going through this process. Okay, you don't have to go out of your life and out of your own path to help him, but through being in your path, you can assist him. Okay, and these were one of the messages that I got from the movie. And going back to the telepathy, the twin flame telepathy, or this feeling of the energies, this applies in many ways. So it's really important to have the information about this, because you can really affect, and in a way you can empower yourself through this to help and assist the process of union. So even if we are miles apart, even if we're not in the same place with our counterparts, even if we're not talking, the energy knows no space or time. So the moment you think about one person, you are connecting to their energy directly. And of course many of you know this, but this is why these things happen, where you're thinking about someone and they call you, or you know that something is going to happen and it happens, or you know that you're going to meet one person and you meet them. And this, in the twin flame relationship, it gets really, really strengthened, because we have this thing that it's called the arc line, or the cosmic arc. And the moment you think about your twin, this cosmic arc is already touching his energy, okay? So I know it can be sometimes hard, and especially if you are in separation, or if you're in a karmic situation with your twin and there has been a lot of hurt or a lot of pain, or there has been a breakup. I understand profoundly and completely, and I know sometimes the pain of the journey can be quite unbearable. But if we can, if we see love as this force that breaks us open and connects us to the divinity, we can accept that by accepting this unconditional love and by loving unconditionally, even the pain or even the hurt that may come up by certain situations, it is not as powerful as the love. So the love always wins. And the more you open your heart and the more you practice unconditional love and understand what spiritual love really is, the more resilient you will be. The faster your heart will close its wounds, and the faster you will be ready to love again. So, and even if I mean this process, even with your twin, it can happen many times that your heart closes and opens, and it's like this process of unveiling, and it's this process of really opening all the layers, going through all the layers, all the shields from your heart, until there are no shields no more and you're in total vulnerability. But to understand that this total vulnerability is also your highest power, it's your God-given power, because not everybody gets to experience spiritual love and unconditional love in this lifetime. And the fact that you are experiencing loving a person in that manner is the highest power you can have. It's the highest experience. So it's not to say about, boundaries and healthy relationships and knowing where you stand and knowing how much you give, but there's also this really quintessential part in the twin flame journey, and I think in every spiritual relationship, any spiritual love relationship, where even the giving part, even being able to give and to share this spiritual love and this unconditional love with your counterpart and even with other people, through feeling this for someone, it is the most fulfilling thing. And it doesn't really matter who receives it and how it is received. It matters that it is given, that it is put out there. And of course I'm talking about this in a very, very profound level and a deep layer of all of this. I'm not talking about the 3D relationships. I'm talking about the core of the spiritual love and the twin flame love. So please take this with a grain of salt. But I know for everyone who has experienced this, you're probably resonating with that feeling and that vibration. You can just feel it in, just feel it and breathe it in. When you are so opened up, when your heart is so opened up by this love, that all you can do is give love in return to everyone and to everything and to every circumstance in your life, and even to yourself. And if you can accept everything through this love, you have the feeling that you can accept everything just the way it is, without needing to change anything. That for me is full spiritual love, full acceptance, full unconditional love. And it is your highest connection to divinity. It is when the divinity or the divine being in you, the divine, comes down through your vessel, comes down through your body, and you are embodying this perfection. So when you are in that state, when you're able to expand your energy to the point where there is no polarity anymore, there is no suffering either. There is no pain. There is no jealousy. There is no negative experience. It is just a simple acceptance of everything that is, and accepting that everything is perfect. The more you are in that state, and you can achieve this by doing it consciously, by being by meditating, by chanting, maybe some people by even like moving their bodies, whatever brings you to that state, even the memory of the person that you love, or the thing that you love, or a moment in time where you were loved, anything can get you to that state, because we are energy. So it doesn't really matter where you are or what is happening currently, or whatever adversity you may or not be facing in your life. Through the power of your intention, you can take yourself there, and you can take your twin flame there with you, and you can bask in that experience of acceptance and unconditional love. And from there, you can connect to your twin at a higher level, and this will affect your connection because it will fill it up with this high energy. So if you want to, I invite you to do this practice and see what happens, see where it takes you. I also have a meditation on my channel on the main page, and it is a twin flame meditation, and I made it specially with that purpose, with the purpose of healing the blocks, but also of connecting to your twins' higher selves and bringing you both into that state of total acceptance of what is, and total love, and total spiritual and unconditional love. So if you want to practice that, you're welcome to do that. There are also other things that you can do in order to practice this, but through your intention, you can start day by day, and you can be there as long as you want. That is also our highest power. We can decide how long we bask in that energy, and we can decide if we want to be in other states. And if you're going to communicate with your twin, I would also advise to you that you bring in this energy first, and you connect through this energy first. And after you are a certain amount of time in that energy, then you can communicate in a far more connected way, if that's what you want to do, to communicate, or if you want to send energy or healing or whatever you want. So I will leave you with that for today. It was a brief message, but I hope it helps you in your journey. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I am here. I'm sending you a lot of love and many blessings. I'll see you soon.